Good evening. It's Monday night, 7 o'clock, and here we are with mental mind treatment. And Marion is here. Good evening to Marion. She says blessings to all if you're not reading the comment section. And of course, she is working with bowl, Tibetan bowl. So that helps me energetically to keep on doing what I got to do. I'm just sorting my table out here. I was just looking at topic for Wednesday coming up. So and I'm coughing because my voice, as usual, seems to go into spasm as soon as I go through. Now, I spoke to Kayla earlier today, and she's already commenting in here. She's sending love, energy, gratitude, and blessings to me, Norma, and everybody else. We are so blessed to have you and your beautiful insights and wisdom. Thank you, which I appreciate. And Karen B is there too, but she'll come up in a minute. As I said, I have spoken with Kayla earlier, and we discussed on what maybe she really needed to have and do. So today we're going to work with strength to persevere. As you may know and realize that Kayla hasn't been well for a while and is getting frustrated. And I know that. What is that like when you're not where you want to be right away? And it does. It's really about persevering bit by bit, carrying through everything. She allowed me to pick the numbers that I wanted to pick for her, so which I was willing to do and happy to do. And I got 22, 3, and 17. Now, 22 is having faith. And very often when we're pushed to the edge, it's like we forget or we lose that sense of faith that could be there. And sometimes it's really important to keep remembering that no matter what, that however you look at the divine, however you look at that loving energy, as I call it, the loving source, is always there no matter what. Well, with the 3 with it, it says, I know because I've known Kayla for a long time, is that she understands the love energy that is there. But with 17, it talks about keeping your energy. You can't give all your energy away. You have to conserve it. And especially when you've been ill. And I know I've been going through that myself, is that I want to get up and I want to do this and I want to do that. And I can't because the energy isn't there. And so with Kayla right now, it's about the perseverance of recovery. So let us just move into treatment on that. And anybody that needs a little bit of help with that, including myself, just join on in with that. Just think about it as I'm saying the words that are relating to you as well. As we're in the biggest picture, we're all one. Okay. I know there is one power and one essence. And I know as I speak my word for Kayla, that the understanding of the direction, the understanding of persevering as the strength comes back into the body, that the goals that we set, the lovingness that we want to achieve, the power that we want to have, is that we balance that and we work within the confines of the experience that we're having as we move forward in time and in space. There is an element here of, I feel, of letting go of expectation. In the letting go of expectation comes the awareness, the awareness of how much strength we have, how much energy we have, what we can do easily, and what we can't do. So the reserves, it's like I'm seeing a dam, a big dam. And it's like the water behind it gives the power. But we have to build that. That dam doesn't have that power until it is built up. And so it is in the sense of this building up. And so as I move into the treatment and get my voice organized, thank you, I can speak my word for this way. Knowing there is one power and one essence, I speak my word for Kayla. And knowing that love pervades all things, but also an awareness of how much strength, how much purpose, how much awareness we have. To be able to balance that awareness and the sense of ease and grace as we move forward, not stretching ourselves to the limit every day or every other day even, but keeping a sense of awareness so that the energy, the strength, everything builds up within so that we have the ability to move forward and create and do all that we want to do and create. I give thanks in knowing that Kayla's awareness is strong. I give thanks in knowing that Kayla's knowingness of how the energy of the universe works. And so this is a matter of having the perseverance to await the time. It's when we get impatient because we want it now that gets the problem. So it's like breathing in and taking that little step every day, recognizing that every step that you take, a little bit of it is preparing you for the big step. When the energy is there, the strength is there, the awareness is there, it's all there just for you. I give thanks in knowing that Kayla's awareness of energy, how it works and how it is, comes in and allows her to persevere as her strength begins to come back, because it will. And as I release this thought, I say, and so it is. Okay, Karen B. She says, good evening, Norma, and anyone. Okay, well, I just want to wish you really well on this day, and I hope you didn't have as frustrating a day as I did today. Talking about persevering, I had to persevere, and what I was endeavoring to do did not work. It was a very frustrating day. So I understand about perseverance. But, we just carry on and do what we can do. So if you need anything else, Karen, just put it in the comments there, dear. Now, Ashika. So hang on, let's get your name in here first. And the numbers are 5, 11, 13. Thank you. Okay. Treatment for recovery of my knees and other aches and pains I have developed as a result of my legs and lower back. I truly believe I'm going to heal soon now. Well, yeah, that's for sure. Okay, let's see what we've got here first with the numbers. 5 is knowledge is needed. 11 is what you put out, you get back. In other words, has a lot to do with how much, you're doing. And 13 is a rebirth out of the old. It's almost like when I look at this, it's about letting go of old ideas, I feel. I think the bottom line here is letting go of old ideas, because what we tend to do is repeat patterns. We're very pattern organized people. In other words, we have a belief, we have an attitude, we have a way of doing things. And so when I look at this, the first thing I see is that there's a little bit more knowledge, awareness about how and you can change, because in recognizing that sometimes things take time or an awareness, it is also about letting go of what doesn't work. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. So it's an acceptance of that as you move forward into the direction. So in knowing that, let's see what the treatment says as it comes through. Knowing there is one power and one essence, I speak my word for Ashika in that oneness of being. And the information and the awareness that is there is a commitment to your own journey, commitment to your own growth, to commitment to your wellness of being. I still feel there needs to be a letting go of the old. Maybe an old formula, maybe the old way of handling what the illness with our legs are. As I cough again, sorry about this. I spend half an hour trying to get my voice working effectively, and I still can't seem to make it work until I begin talking. I feel that within the treatment here is the letting go. It feels hard to let go. And ideas, concepts, beliefs, attitudes, sometimes are the hardest things to let go. Someone says to you, oh, this is because of this, that you have that. And it's like it stays there forever and ever and ever and makes no room for change, no room for movement, new understanding, new awareness, new elements of where you're heading and where you're going. And I just really feel is so important in every direction here, and the direction of knowing that the force of life is with you to to be able to move beyond the confusion and trying to figure it out, and to propel you into a new way of looking at things, a new way of being, a new way of working. It's like knowing that whatever the issue is with the legs, I believe you were talking about back and legs, maybe, is that you have a different perception of it than what's being placed on you. When people do that, they place, this is what the problem is. This is how it is. This is what you're supposed to be doing. So I give thanks in knowing that you are going to be ready and prepared to let go of how things have been as you move into the new the new direction, of where things are going to be how you want them to be. It's like changing the movie inside your mind, changing the movie that's going on in your brain, so that you begin to see the direction of where you want to go in. I believe with you that you're going to heal soon now, because you can let go that past pictures of what it has been told you. Doesn't mean, and it's like with Kayla's one, you have to persevere sometimes to move to where you want, but don't let the old pictures and the old fears and the old scaredness influence you. God is good and moves in the direction of where you want to go, and will bring you the solutions in many different ways. And I give thanks of the knowing of this as we move forward, knowing all is well. Thank you, my dear. Mariah, Mariah, so good to hear from you. Thank you. Glad to see you here as always. Kayla says, wow, thank you. Your insights are right on. Such wisdom along with mine. Lines with mine. Thank you. Yeah, I got my glasses, my new glasses that make me see better. It's slipping off my nose all the time. Karen B, choose numbers for me tonight as nothing is coming to mind. Okay, Karen B, I want 20, 16, and 3. I need numbers. Okay, I don't know what the situation is going on, but looking at this, it's the key here would be a lot of acceptance of what is. When things don't go, looks like my day, when things don't go the way that you want them to, and remembering to love yourself no matter what, that the love of the universe is always there. And by accepting and letting go, we rebuild. We rebuild in a different and a new way. And so I'm just going to do a little treatment for this, because I think that it's like when and it seems like maybe something that's coming out, is that oh, Karen, I missed you. I'll go back. And so we need to look at what the old thinking is, myself included in this. I think that's probably why it's coming up. Letting go of the old thinking and moving into new. And so for Karen B, I'm going to just say, I know there is one power in one essence, and I know that for Karen B, that there is a letting go of those things that don't work or don't appear to be in alignment of where you want to go. Because the reality is, through acceptance, that's the love of the universe is there for you, and to allow it in, not only into your heart, but into the pores of your skin and the out picturing into your life. Remember, you are a light, and the light shines dim or bright, and it's time for you to shine brightly and to be all that you can be, no matter where and when and how. And I give thanks for that. Okay, let's see if I can find where Karen got lost. I don't see. Oh, you said you missed me, but I can't find it. Marianne, Kayla, Karen B, Ashkaya, Murray, Kayla Tomlin again, Karen Banning. Karen, no, if I missed you, it's not here. So please type in what it is you wanted, my dear, or what you wanted to convey, because it's there. Because we seem to not have a lot of people tonight, so it's just why you've got time to put it in there. When you say I miss me, I can't see it. I'm just totally can't see it. Nope, nope, not there. Sorry, just can't find it. So please write in what you actually want, or as some people say, just do what you're going to do. So it's yeah. For me, I had some frustrating things today and didn't get the results I wanted to get at all. So I'm going to try again tomorrow to create. And I was just like, okay, that's what's going to happen today. I'll just accept that and move on. Acceptance is not always an easy word for people to understand, but it is there. Okay, here's you. Your tube has been acting up all day. Well, yeah, it didn't come in, sweetie. So Karen, 8, 20, 16, 3. Okay. Got 4 numbers? Yep. Number 8 is strength. Number 20 is acceptance. Number 16 is something coming from the outside that throws things into chaos, and that's coming up a little bit. So it seems to be happening. And 3 is the love that I know that exists. So what we've got here is basically dealing with upsets where things don't work or flow as easily. And one of the things that I found is funny. I wrote acceptance, but it's like letting go. When something occurs that you don't want happening, it's very easy to get emotionally involved with that, like and upset, because it's easy to do, because it's not the way you want it. But the key here is the 20, which sits in here, is the acceptance, the big acceptance of everything, because you have strength, you have purpose, you have an ability to move within your life. So when the unexpected happens, because a 16 is always about unexpected, it's not something that you plan or think or whatever, it just happens. There it is. And it's about letting go of how you feel it should be. It's one thing I love about that symbol, because the lightning comes and strikes the tower, and the what you say, the cap of the tower falls off, and 2 people are falling from this. One is falling backwards into nothing, and the other one is falling forward, and the 22 yards of light, which is the 22 higher arcana cards, lead the way back up. And that's the key with the 16, is letting go. The need to let go. And what you, with your last 4th number here with the 3, says love prevails. Self-love, universal love, that prevails through all things. That brings about the awareness that everything working together in all that there is. I give thanks and knowing. So we're going to just do a little treatment on this. I know that there's one power in the one essence, and I know that Karen is very, very aware of how the universal energies work. I give thanks and knowing that she has the strength, she has the awareness, and the ability to let go when things don't work exactly the way that she wants, and to relish in the feeling of being loved and supported no matter what. The universe is always there. It loves, it cares, but it has no, how do I explain this? Because it's loving, it just is accepting. That's what love does. It just accepts. And in the acceptance of all things, no matter how frustrating things get, no matter how frustrating it will be, it's the acceptance, knowing you have the strength, you have the wherewithal to be able to move through this, because it will not last forever. The letting go is the important thing. If you go back into that, then what happens, if you go back into there worrying about the whole thing and everything as to or what happened or how it is, what ends up happening, you keep on repeating that. And I have to thank you for this, because that is a very good message for me after my afternoon. So thank you for that. Karen B, thank you very much. You're right on tonight. I'm so glad. So grateful for your words of wisdom, which I appreciate, because sometimes you wonder, where and what. I'm at a stage with so much going on in my world, like what do I continue? What do I not continue? Especially with the end of the year coming, looking towards next year. Where do I want to go? What do I want to do? What are my goals? I'm always big at goals for the new year. And it's coming fast. And if anybody listened to last Wednesday's message, I'm talking about the reading that came up for December. There's going to be some fireworks. There's no doubt about it. That's being qualified by a couple of Vedic astrologers to me, actually, messages that have come in about that they think the same thing based on how everything is working astrologically. And so what are we planning? What are we doing in the new year? What are the main things we want? Where are we heading for ourselves? That's the key that I'm looking at as to, I'm kind of making some some of the health changes that have gone on. So it's like taking a look at what direction do I want to go in? What do I want to do? I know what I love doing now. What do I want to do as the new year approaches? Which do I change anything? And everything's up in the air, right? It's like playing basketballs or whatever. Karen Mecca said, I'd love to talk just about the Tower card and some teachings of how to handle it. Okay, I can go on a little bit more than that. So let me see if I can find it quickly, because it's usually lurking somewhere here. I've only got 78 symbols to work through anyway. It's very important to understand that symbol, because most of us don't want to think about it at all. If you're hearing the click clack, it's me with the cards going off. It's probably at the bottom. I was thinking it was at the top, but it's oh, well, whatever. We still got lots of time. And why don't we usually use up anyway for this half hour? No, it's not showing up yet. Oh, there it is, right there, peeking through. Let's have a look. I'll show you. I'll go through it, because it happens to all of us. We're going along and our life is fine. And then lightning strikes. Lightning strikes, and the main thing, it drops off here. So the cap, often that's our mainstay, is thrusted apart. Two people fall from this. I'm trying to go the other side. This person here, and I'll look very closely at this one over here in the blue. He is holding on to the crown that is being thrusted away. The other guy has got his arms open, and he's got 1 yard of light. And gosh, I get confused with the sides here. With one light in front of him, which is the magician, which says all things are possible. And then there are 12, I've got to go this side, 12 yards of light on that side, and the 10 of 11 or whatever it is on the other side. What basically it says, accept what's happened. So there's a large acceptance card again, all through the tarot. They talk about acceptance, acceptance, acceptance. And then you can then you can rebuild, you see. You can rebuild all the way and come through. The guy over here that holds on to what it was, he's lost. He's pulled away from the light. He's still holding on to what he wants. And so this happens to a lot of us when changes are happening. When changes are happening, we know we're comfortable with. We want this to stay this way or that way or the other. Excuse me. And I know that it was the learning of this symbol that's helped me many times in my life when things got really needed to be let go of, just need to let go and rebuild in a different way. Life does not come to a stop. I mean, even when, for those of you that are like not even aware of like the death process, the death process means you leave the body, yes, but it doesn't stop because the soul goes on and then goes into its next journey, which usually is in between for a while there. Most don't go from one life into pop right back into the other. There's usually some discussion about what's happened in your life, where you're going, and what you're choosing to do, etc. Again, choice. We have a lot of choice. And I think with this tower, the hardest thing for us is to let go what we've been holding on to, what we want. It's like we want this or we want that or we want the other, and we want it like it's tight. And what I have learned in life, that doesn't always work well. The tighter we hold on, the easier it is, because most of us, some people hold on that way, with their fist this way. But you see, no matter how hard you hold on, and whichever way you do it, there's a little hole here. And if you think of sand, it pours out. So, you might just want to do a little, do I hold my fist that way or this way? Which either way, it's going to fall. Holding on is not the appropriate way. It does not work. We need to be more fluid. We need to be more aware. We need to be, I'll go back to Kayla's symbol of the number 17, which is the star, which is balanced, beautiful. I don't think it'll come fast, but it's beautifully balanced. It's like you balance yourself on your emotions and you put out what you need to, no more, no less than you need. And that is a phenomenal place to be, to understand how all that works. I can't just find it quickly. The temperance came up, which is another balanced one. But anyway, it's like being able to take who you are and where you are and know how to work it. But it really is one of the hardest things. I think it's one of the hardest things for us, is to let go a preconception, something that we want really strongly, no matter what. We just don't want to let go. We want it. I always think it's the seventh side. We want it the way we want it, and we can't believe. Murray says, Norma, my numbers are just above Karen M's. Oh, okay. Were they? Oh my goodness, we're really running funny here, aren't we? This is unusual. She says her number. Oh, I don't have any numbers for you, sweetie, at all. I don't know what's going on. You said you're above Karen Marcus, but there's no numbers for you. What were they in? Just write them in. Yeah, Marion says she doesn't see any numbers showing for you either, Marie, my dear. So quickly, just type them in, then I'll have them. Nope. So there's something going on in the world out there. Okay, they were 19, Sun, 20, and 21. 20 is judgment, is the acceptance, and 21 is the world, which is faith, and 19 is the sun. Okay, so what we've got here is that you are moving into a new vibration again. I've known you so long, I know that you do this often. And a lot of that is the acceptance. And I'm going to talk about that because we've got so much change going on for people today. Acceptance of the change, acceptance of the energy that's there that is different, and bringing it into balance in the world of knowing that everything is in its right place. We are in a phenomenal transition time in the world. And there's no doubt about that. And so that means each one of us has also got transitions going on. Marie, with your 19, 20, and 21 here, this is going to take you into awareness by realizing you're going into I'm going to say a new state of being, and that you need to accept that. And the word worthy comes to me, to know that you're worthy, to allow this to come in so that everything balances out, so that there is balance, awareness, purpose, understanding. So in the treatment, as we move into the knowingness that there is one power and one essence, and the love that moves here, this is about letting go and flowing. I get a picture of being on an air mattress flowing down the river. So all you have to do is recognize newness, that you are in comfortable hands, that you are looked after, that you're there all the way. All you need to do is walk the path or float with the path, whichever you want. There is love, there is light, there is all the things that are required for you to create, whether you know what it is you're creating or you don't, doesn't matter. I think you're going to just float to wherever you need to be. And it's about balancing it. It's about relishing in it. It's like having a dish of cream, whipped cream, and you're in the whipped cream floating around. I give thanks in knowing that Marie is in right place at the right time for her experience of newness, because there's newness in here for sure with the 19. Love, light, and being. Bless your heart. Anyway, I give thanks for this as I release this by saying, and so it is. Amen. Okay, it's really funny that we've had this today. Is Mercury in a retrograde? Yeah, it's Mercury's in retrograde for sure. It's certainly my communication this afternoon was in retrograde. It was lost. Anyway, I wish you well. It's usually about time we kind of complete. I trust, and thank you, Marie, for at least telling me I'd missed your numbers, even though they weren't there, because we need to keep that communication going. And yes, would be nice if we could hear the voices, etc., but it's not a podcast, so I don't do it that way. Wish you well. On Wednesday back, I'll be back again, and then again on Sunday for a Sunday Thought. I really want to thank you for those of you that are making comments through the show for the shows as well. Sometimes some of the comments are very, very well, I spend time answering. I just been answering some again today, but they are from very, very vast amounts of different people. And I appreciate them because it just shows somebody's listening, somebody's utilizing what I'm saying and appreciating what I'm saying. So that's important to me, is to be of service, to be of help, and be aware. I give thanks for each one of you. I give thanks for you showing up on Monday nights. And remember, thumbs up is really good. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. We're in the 700s now, so we want to keep on going up and up and up if we can. And that was a bit doubtful. Sorry about that. The goal is to keep going up high. And what else? Is there anything else? No. Wednesday's going to be coming along in a couple more days, so that'll be interesting to see what actually surfaces. I've been looking at a couple of things, which direction to go in. So we'll see what ends up. Thank you for being on tonight. Thank you for coming on. Those that come on regularly, I appreciate you. I wish you all the best in the world. So just keep showing up, okay? Thank you. Bye now.